Oh, look at them. First time. Oh,
Look at
that's
this.
crazy. That's
Look
only
at
the
the size
first batch.
of that baby. He struck Endeavour Reef and they lightened the ship, the cannons overboard, they filled the hole as well as they could.
What's happening, babe?
Just going to check the nets, see if there's any muddies.
This is pot number 1. Are we lucky this time?
1 and 2 in there.
Oh
3,
my goodness, the first time.
4, 5.
Oh, what?
They're all size.
Really?
Yeah, that's male.
That's freaky.
Oh, I forgot to bring a bucket.
Oh, look at them. First time. First time ever I've done this. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness, they're so big.
There's dinner.
It's scary looking. How many are you allowed to take?
10.
Wow, lots.
Forgot to bring a bucket.
Okay, well, we've just got to work out. I'm not touching them, by the way. I want to see how you do this. We're just going to take the whole thing back.
Yeah, take it back to the...
All right. I can't believe we finally got them. How many times have we tried?
Wait, up there.
No.
Just joking.
How many times?
A few times.
A few times. Success.
You're so excited.
I'm so excited. I have no idea what to do with them, but I'm excited.
See, he's got like a pointy bit under his carapace. Under there. See, it goes point.
Yeah.
That's male.
Yeah.
And that's female.
Oh.
So put her back.
She goes back. Yeah.
Yeah. Should put her back now.
Yeah. So she doesn't get too stressed.
This is up. And that's the distance they're going to be across the carapace.
Oh,
So
that's easily.
sized.
Yeah.
That sized.
Yeah.
That sized.
Yeah. Come on,
And that's male. That's
the female.
That's female. So just going to get her out.
Yeah. Good luck with that. I'm so excited. I can't believe we have finally caught some crabs after months and months of trying. And I've never seen a mud crab. I've never eaten a mud crab. I've never cooked a mud crab. So I'm looking forward to learning. But I'm hoping that Magnus is the one that picks them up. So I don't really want to do that. See ya.
You'll pick them up.
This is number 2. We'll get this one out of the tree. Oh, there we go. Ah! Oh. Okay. All right. Over to you, my love. Oh, there's. Oh my goodness, there's more. They look smaller. They're a lot smaller. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, they might be.
No, they're sized.
Oh,
That one, that's not.
No. Don't know.
They get you through the nets and watch your leg.
Oh god, okay. I'm going to get out of the way. Right, how many more next one?
That's it. Pretty happy?
So now we're going to check them all, make sure they're the right size, and return the ones that need to be returned.
Right, now let's see how many fingers I can lose.
Oh no, don't lose fingers. Rather you than me, I must say.
Why's that?
Because you're going to tip them out.
Yeah.
Are they going to run all over the place? Yes. Ooh. Come on, little one. There you go. One in. Oh, look at the big boy. He doesn't want to come out. Oh, just use tongs. He's running away. There you go. Oh! Oh! That's scary on the loose. Oh, my heart.
Can you hold the net and I'll get it for
Sure, I can hold the net. Look at him. He's aggro. I'm glad I've got my feet up here. Well out of the way.
Let's get him to turn around so I can grab him. This is how you do it.
Oh my goodness. Oh, you get him.
Watch out for this fella.
Oh! You get him all antsied at the front and then grab him at the back. Is that what you do? So don't you get him to hold?
Can you grab him?
No way. I'm not grabbing him. Very brave.
Very stupid.
Careful, careful, because they. Ooh. Oh. Oh.
I'll put my measure on the end of the tongs. Let's see if it's male. Yep.
So it's male and it looks big enough. I mean, it's huge.
Definitely size.
Cool. Keep up. You've got to get him from the back.
What are you doing, Wen?
I'm trying to get it before it gets me.
I measured him, he's just size.
Ugh. I'm sure this is not the best way to do this.
What are you up to, Dal?
I'm just making some bread rolls to go with our crab. Thank you, Alan, for the idea. So I'm making rolls. I don't make rolls very often. I make loaves, so this will be nice.
To go with our mud crabs.
Yeah. I'm just doing a bit.
And you use cooking wine in your
Always.
in your bread.
Always got to have cooking wine when you're making bread.
And here's the start.
Oh. The yeast is starting to get a little bit excited. Not quite excited enough though. Leave it a bit longer. Magnus is processing the feisty mud crabs. Oh, big fish.
Yeah, batfish.
Oh, I love batfish. That's better, that's what we're looking for. Now I can put that in with the flour. There we go. Just add a bit more water if it needs to be a bit wetter. The water has boiled. Oh, look at that baby in.
So we don't need to submerge them because
No, they can steam, can't
we
they?
can steam them.
We're doing them in our pressure cooker, our small pressure cooker.
Yeah, we've got a big pressure cooker as well.
There we go. Yeah, I reckon as soon as you put the lid on and you steam them, they'll cook beautifully.
They're already going red.
Yeah. Right, give them what, 11 minutes?
Yep.
No, I've got to wait for them to get to the boil, haven't we?
That's
I don't know.
overcooking a bit. Let's give them 9 minutes after the boil.
All right.
Ready for the reveal. This is the first lot.
They're huge.
Yeah.
They're enormous.
I think that we'll end up with a few in the fridge.
I think so. Shame we can't share it with Roger and Jan.
Yeah. Or any nutters.
Oh,
Look at
that's
this.
crazy! And that's
Look
only
at the
the
size
first
of that
batch.
baby.
Put your hand next to it so you can see how big it is. That's
I've got
huge.
big hands.
It's like teeth. This is for you, Alan.
Oh, look at those little...
Look at those, Alan. Yeah. Not too shabby.
Not too shabby at all, dear.
Whoa, we're going to have bread. I'm going to crack open the butter.
Yeah.
And we're going to have mud crabs.
So, how was your first ever mud crab, Wen?
I was a bit surprised because I thought it was going to be like earthy flavour, like mud crab. But in actual fact, it's very delicate and very light. And it's delicious.
Was it sweet?
It's sweet.
It's so sweet, isn't it?
Yeah. And we've got way too much here. It's so light and so sweet.
Well, you've hardly eaten anything. This is my That's just like,
It's beautiful.
we've got so much.
It's beautiful. It's not what I expected. I thought it would just be like this rugged meal, but it's really beautiful.
And we've got homemade bread rolls Wendy's just made.
Alan.
Yeah, for Ellen. And some guacamole, and yeah.
Yeah, delish.
So we've got a lot more. So yeah, impressed?
I'm very impressed.
Cool.
Not what I expected. Just arrived at Mackay Reef. And we're just going to go over there and have a little look.
Walk, stretch your legs. On Mackay Reef, and we just anchored. I picked up a mooring actually, and we're the only people on this whole got it all ourselves. This whole 4 metres in the whole island. Pretty cool. But a tourist boat's just arrived with about 50 people, so it won't be all ours full. But for the time, it is.
Just having some breakfast, and then we're going to head off to our next little island and reef on our way to Cooktown. This is what it looks like this morning. The sun is coming up. Nobody's here, just us and that little boat over there.
We left Mackay Reef this morning. I've had a bit of a sleep in until about, I don't know what, 5:45. So, nice cup of coffee, watch the sun come up. We're all there all by ourselves on this beautiful island, and waiting for the wind to come up a bit. We dropped the mooring there. We're now just going between Spitfire Reef here on our right and the green fishing zone on our left, so we've got to stay in the little corridor between the two because we haven't got any fish on. I just lost the biggest. I'll get back to that. So we've got to stay in this corridor between the reef and the green zone to catch some fish for dinner. But what, half an hour ago when?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, zing, off it went. And I don't usually fish with the rod on the boat. I usually fish with a hand line. For a change, I'll put the rod up. And it went, and it started just about spooling me, so I wound the drag right up. I've got a brand new Rapala lure on it, a 190 that I just bought for Wendy. And I thought, oh God, no, I don't want to lose this lure. So I backed the drag off a bit, and then it started spooling again, and then I had it on maximum drag, and it was still peeling line out. So I thought, oh, it's just going to bust off. But all of a sudden, bang, I thought I'd lost everything. But I got the lure back. There's just massive teeth marks in the lure. So I don't know what it was, but it was big. So we wouldn't have, I don't think we would have kept it because it would have been too big for our freezer. It would have been a big tuna or maybe a shark, but a big tuna or something like that. Anyway, we're off to Hope Island, which is, according to this, we'll get to sort of mid-afternoon, 3-4 o'clock, and that's our overnight stop before Cooktown the next day. All wind dependent, of course. Cheers, see ya.
That's Cape Tribulation over there. What's going on, babe?
Just caught a fish. Oh, well.
Is it a fish?
Oh.
Is it gone?
There is a fish there, he's swimming with. Yes, mackerel. It's either spotted or Spanish. And you should have seen when he jumped when the strike went off. Yes, the mackerel, Spanish mackerel. Got dinner. Spotted mackerel. So we've just landed a nice spotted mackerel. He'd go about 800 mil, 80 centimetres, and didn't put up much of a fight, just straight on board. So I'll fillet him when we get to Hope Island, just over here, and then we've got food again for 3 or 4 days. Just passing Pickersgill Reef. We've had that on our windward side all the way down the reef, and there's Pickersgill Cay there with the lighthouse. On our right we have Endeavour Reef. So back in 1770, let's say June the 14th, around then was when Captain Cook he let himself into a false sense of security, which happens to us men. We sort of convince ourselves, or something inside convinces us that what our thoughts are wrong, and we end up doing the incorrect thing because anyway, it's a weird scenario. So he let himself into a false sense of security, and he struck Endeavour Reef, which is only 2 miles straight over here. You can't really see it because it's not breaking on the reef. And they lighten the ship, cannons overboard, ballast over, water over, all they what's it called when they not cut
Stetson?
no, not cut the gallons, but they got everything down low, they got stuff overboard, they filled the hole as well as they could, sheathed it on the outside with something, and managed to drop some boats in the water to get it off the reef with the next tide. All pumps were going flat out. They were just managing to keep the water level, so they headed in shore, found a way through the shoals, up the Endeavour River, and beached her. It wasn't the Endeavour River then, it was just a river. And I'll talk about the rest of the story another time, but on reflection, Wendy and I were just sitting here thinking, imagine if he had gone down there, all men lost. No one knew he was here. Well, and they knew he was roughly in this area, but so they all would have perished, more than likely. And the French were hot on his heels. They wanted to claim Northern Australia. They were looking for places, and the Dutch. The Dutch had already been here, not like the place that nicked off a couple of times. But the French, they were pretty keen. So, on reflection, I think this would have been a French-speaking country had Captain Cook not refloated Endeavour that night, that near fateful night here on Endeavour Reef. And he named that cape there Cape Tribulation because of all his tribulations here. But more on the story once we get up the Endeavour River. Hopefully weather and tides will be on our side and in our favour, and we'll manage to get up the Endeavour because it's a bit tricky on neeps. We're on neeps at the moment. For those of you who don't know what neeps are, and you send me lots of messages asking me to explain more stuff, neeps are the tides in between springs. So we'll be coming in on, springs are tides on full moon and no moon. They're the big tides. You don't get much of a big tide up here, it's only about 3 to 4 metres. And neeps are on the half moon, half waxing, half waning. And so you don't get much of a change between high and low tide. So we're coming in on neeps, so we're only getting a 1.8 metre tide when we're planning to come in there tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. And it doesn't dry, but it drops down to 0.5. So we'll have 0.5 under us as we come in over the sandbar on the river. So keep your fingers crossed everything works in our favour. We'll get in there. And that it's not blowing 30 knots, because it's a horrible place in a blow. Anyway, that's the plans for now. See you later. So Endeavour Reef is about there, right? He hit on the south side of the reef. You'll see by the overlay that Wendy's put on now that exactly where he hit.
There's our fish.
And we've got water, salt water pumped through now, so we can keep him moist until I fill it in. These aren't teeth marks, they're hook marks from when the hooks drag. Oops, the hooks drag down. But the rest of these are all teeth marks. This was new this morning. I mean, look at that set of gnashes. You can even see each individual tooth. And all up here, it's been hammered. So yeah, they've had a good crack at that today.